I want to talk playoff structure with you because this is interesting. The playoffs this year are different than ever. Obviously, the playoff structure, there's 3 wild card teams. There's a bye. So what I want to do is just kind of a general framework of the playoff structure this year and look at the seeding, look who's where, and kind of just talk about it because we have it up on our screen right now. You can see this. Now, what's interesting is that the number 1 seed and the number 2 seed in both leagues are going to be given a bye. Okay? So they won't be playing in that first round. The 3 versus the 4, or the 3 versus 6 will be playing, and the 4 versus 5. Now, what's interesting here, and one of the most interesting things to me, and we can talk about all of this, but the question I want to present to you, and think about myself even more, is do you really want the 4 seed, or would you rather the 6 seed? Is the 6 seed the place to be in the playoffs? Because if you have that 4 seed, you're going to be playing. Let's look at the National League side. I think this is a great example. Yeah. If you have the 4 seed, right, you're going to be playing the 5, who is likely to be the Phillies or the Padres. But then from there, you play the Dodgers. Yeah. As the 1. Now, if you're the 3 or the 6, let's say you're 6, you play the 3rd best division winner, which is the Cardinals. And then you can move on to the Mets instead of Dodgers. It's an interesting conversation. I think the 6th seed might be the place to be. The thing, though, because I'm going to play kind of the opposite side here. And the positive side, if you get that 4th seed spot, these first place teams, they're going to be, I mean, obviously the 2nd place too, but they're going to be coming off almost a week's worth of rest during that bye. That's a lot of time in baseball. Yeah. Not only that week of rest, they've clinched weeks prior. So they're not playing that hardcore need to win now baseball. Yeah. So whoever's coming in and going to play them in that 2nd round, they have been fighting this entire last month, that first round of the wild card series, and you're coming in with that momentum. That's the part I'm looking at, because the momentum and the mentality and having that time off, especially in baseball when you're used to playing almost every single day, can have a big effect on a team. Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting to me. You're right. And I've seen that multiple times, especially with my brother and the Tigers. That time off does not help, for sure. So I don't know if a bye is going to be a great thing. This is the first year we're seeing it. So that'll be interesting to keep an eye on. Now let's talk about the American League side of things, because I think this is the best example of the 6th seed maybe being the place to be of the wild card teams or the division, of the bottom few teams. I think 6 might be the place to be, because one thing that's important to note here, there is not reseeding. So whatever the winner of the 4 versus 5 game will move on to play the Astros. The winner of the 3 versus 6 seed moves on to play the Yankees as the number 2 seed. So the winner of the 4 versus 5 seed, right now, that's the Rays and the Mariners. If you're that 4 or 5 seed, you're winning. If you win that series, you move on to play the Astros. If you're the 3 or the 6, if you're the 6th seed, you're playing the Guardians, who are the division winner. And then if you win that, you move on to play the Yankees, who are the lesser of the 2 between them and the Astros. So would you really rather be that 5 seed, that 4 seed, and play another hot wild card team, and then move on to play the Astros? It's just hard because you can't think about not winning every single game. Right. No, you have to go into wanting to win every single game. You can't change that mentality. And it's kind of just where the pieces are going to fall right now. And it's not just dependent on how you're playing. It's how teams around you are playing. Yeah. So I always find this hard. It's like, where do you want to sit? It's like, I just want to win. Right. And it's a theoretical, because you can't plan to be a certain seed. It's just going to be where do the chips fall. But I don't know about you. I would much rather be the 6 than probably even the 4. If you're the 4 seed, you're getting a home series, all 3 games. This is cool. I like that they did this. Yeah. It's a 3-game series in the wild card round, and all 3 games are at the one site of the higher seed. That helps. I think that's cool. That helps. But if you're the 4 seed and you do win those 3 games, you move on to play Houston. Let's say you're the 6th seed, you play the Guardians and then the Yankees. I don't know. It's just a really interesting conversation. But also on the National League side, the importance of winning the NL East. Yeah. is something that we really need to stress here. Yeah. Because, one, let me put you on the spot.
Okay.
Who do you think wins the NL East? This is so tough.
I think the Mets are going to hold on.
I do too.
I do. I think the Mets are going to hold on.
I think the schedule's a big part of it.
But remember, they're going to face each other. Mets and Braves.
3 games, the second to last series of the year.
So I said it, I think, a week or two ago. It's going to come down to that series. They are neck and neck. And I think whoever wins that series is going to win the division.
And I can't stress how important winning the division is.
Yeah.
Because whoever wins the NL East will be the 2 seed.
Yes.
And have a bye in the first round.
Yeah.
Whoever doesn't win is going to be the 4 seed. Okay?
And you're going to play
the 4 seed plays the 5 seed.
Yeah.
And let's say they win. Let's say the Braves or the Mets win.
Yeah.
You play the Dodgers immediately.
Yeah.
So the importance of winning the NL East cannot be stressed enough. So if you're watching right now, we have the playoff bracket up, and the Mets are currently leading the division, so they're slotted in as the 2 seed. Right now, they will have a bye and then play the winner of the Cardinals and the Padres. Now, it's playoff baseball. Anything can happen, but they're the better team between those two. Are they the better team between the Dodgers? I don't know. That's a dogfight right there.
Yeah.
So this is whoever wins the NL East is at a big advantage over whoever they could finish 1 game behind and be at such a disadvantage.
Yeah. You just got to win. The bottom line is you just got to focus on winning. Every single one of these teams.
Yeah.
Right now, who's not the 1 or 2 seed, but that 2 seed in the National League is going to come down to the wire.
I'm excited for these playoffs, not only because it's new and there's a new structure involved, but because of the matchups we could get. Like, for example, the 1 seed, your Dodgers, one of your 2 teams, your National League team, the Dodgers, are they real? They have the 1 seed, but they could have the toughest path of anybody. Let's say the Braves end up the wild card team and the Braves beat the 5 seed. It's Dodgers Braves, a recap of last year in the first round for the Dodgers.
And they also haven't had they've made it to the postseason a lot, and they've got 1 World Series.
Yeah, well, that's true
to
too.
show for it. So it's that too. That's where does clinching too early hurt you, because you lose that fire and that momentum.
Yeah.
You have to get to that point, and you have to make it to the finish line. At that point, the first finish line, which is the postseason.
Yeah.
They're in. They've been in for a week.
Yeah. That's why we see wild card teams do so well in the playoffs, because you're playing for your life up until the playoffs, and then it's like, all right, now we got a few games. We can.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like, on the National League side, I think the favorites. There's legitimately 3 favorites to win the National. The Mets, the Braves, and the Dodgers could all win out of the National League side, and the Dodgers are going to have to play both of them, assuming the NL East wildcard team wins that first round. They'll have to beat both in a long series. Tough path for them. I'm excited for the playoffs. I don't see much of a shift. The seeding will change, and probably will change.
Yeah.
I think these are the teams we're looking at come October.
Oh,
the Brewers are a good bit behind, and then the Orioles, as much as we would like it.
I'm with you. This is who I think is going to be in the postseason in a couple weeks.
Thanks for watching. If you love Flippin Bats, swinging 3-0, or just talking ball, join us. Call us at 213-537-9339 with your questions. We have a weekly guest, and we have a lot of fun, so hit that subscribe button.